It's
I,
bad.
I just think there should be no auto bids for anybody.
I wouldn't have a problem with that. I'd love it if they just took the top 12 teams and then they gave the top four teams buys and there was nothing to do with conference champions. It was just the top 12
I
teams.
mean, the conferences are not balanced. I think if a G5 team plays good enough, like they can earn their spot into like the top 12 or top 16 or whatever it would be. But I don't think anybody should automatically get in regardless of conference. Like we would have
Cincinnati
been
had the
having,
top four in the four team
yeah,
playoff.
they earned that. I mean, they beat Notre Dame, who was number 5, 11-1, right behind them. I mean, they deserved to be there that year. But as far as auto bids for these teams, like I just don't think that should be a thing
I
for
agree.
anybody.
We talked about that a little bit this season. Just we don't love how the seeding works in this. I don't love the 11 and 12 seed. I mean, if we had gotten Duke or Virginia in the playoffs, I would have been just as frustrated. If Duke
Well,
ended
I
up in
mean,
the
I'd be having
playoffs,
the same conversation if Duke got in the playoffs somehow. If the Sun Belt was like bad and then it just had to be Duke, like would have been the same discussion.
I really do like Group of Five football, so this doesn't infuriate me seeing them make the playoffs. I'm happy for the players and the coaches to get to coach in this game, but they know they're going to get blown out. They're not going to tell themselves they are, but deep down, I know that these coaching staffs and these players know that they're supposed to get blown out. And they may be like, well, we're supposed to get blown out, but we're going to go play competitively. That's great. Go try to play competitively. Oregon is going to mercy rule you in their stadium because they get home field advantage and they're way better than you. That's just how it's going to be. These are two completely different hemispheres of football. Rarely do you get a group of five team that is in that echelon of competitiveness. Like Cincinnati was one of the most competitive group of five teams we've seen in years, and they still lost by 21 to Alabama. They played competitively for probably a half. They had great defense, but at the end of the day, they just weren't good enough. They weren't really that close. So I don't know why we're putting two group of five teams in that have no notable Power Five wins the whole season. Not one. Tulane has not beat a single Power Five team
They beat two.
that is any good.
Well, they beat Northwestern, who was what 6-6, and then Duke.
I guess Duke won the
They beat the
conference, so
ACC champion, so you can't talk that much
they should
crap.
get okay. They should get in over the ACC champion for sure. But I think Miami should probably have been the ACC champion, and they would demolish Tulane. Point being, I do stand corrected. They have beaten Power Four teams, but they're just not good teams. They're not quality wins. It'd be one thing if they did go and play Miami and they beat them. I'd say, all right, put them in. But they got blown out by Ole Miss, blown out by UTSA, and they beat Duke at home. And they beat Northwestern, who early in the season was not a good football team, by the way. They got better down the stretch. Then you have James Madison, whose only Power Four game was against Louisville, and they lost by 2 touchdowns. Yes, it was competitive for a portion of the game, but they didn't win. So
I think this sucks for some of the older G5 teams that were like legitimately very, very good that didn't get a shot at the playoff. Now that teams that aren't that good in the G5 and a down year for the G5. I mean, I think this has been a huge letdown year for the G5. Boise State last year was a really good team, and I think deserved to be in. Deserved to get a bye on that one, but they deserved to be in the playoff. This year, it just didn't really feel like a G5 team was going to be able to do like make any noise really.
I was praying UCF was going to be able to be that team this year. With Byron Brown just that being that piece for that
I
team, I
mean,
thought that they
USF,
had a chance. What did I say, UCF?
yeah.
I do that all the time. I really, really wanted them to be in contention, but their defense just was not cohesive enough, and Byron Brown really was the whole team. So honestly, if you're gonna make it all about
Memphis too. I feel like I mean I said earlier Memphis really screwed their chance. I mean I think they could have done something if they had just played more
yeah,
consistent the whole year. I mean they have talent, a lot of talent on the team.
yeah, Brendan Lewis is incredible. But like it kind of goes back to our Heisman discussion. Like if you're gonna give the Heisman to the best player on the best team, well then group of five players will never have a chance. Like Drew Mestamaker and Byron Brown played out of their minds this year. We should have a group of five tournament and a group of five Heisman at this point. It's just so frustrating that you've got players that physically carry their football team through a season and don't get recognized for it. And you get guys who play really good football and probably deserve to be there, but probably don't deserve to win it. And just because their team's really good, they win it. I won't get back on that tangent, but I just think that guys like Byron Brown and Drew Mestamaker really should get a lot more credit for what they're doing right now.
I think we can make a G5 playoff, but if one of the higher seeds in that tournament is ranked high enough to be in the college football playoff, they could either decline or accept that.
That would be interesting. You know what would be cool is if they did it in the bowl season, like early, they did a group of five playoff. Like they took all of the teams in the group of five that finished in the top two of their conference, instead of playing in a conference championship game, they all got seeded in a small playoff. And then the best group of five team got the auto bid to play in the college football playoff. So, yes, there is the scenario where they all suck or they're all not really that great like this year. But whatever team comes out on top of that bracket is going to play relatively competitively in the first round of the playoff game. I think a team that is battle tested and has to go win two or three straight games just to get to a playoff, I think that team is going to be more prepared than a Tulane who just got rolled in there to play Ole Miss again, or a James Madison team that basically slept walk through their whole season just to end up in Eugene and get smacked. So I like something like that. If bowl season's really going to lose the luster that it's had over the past 50 years and get where we're at now, I'd rather them make it more interesting for the teams that might need a little bit of a lift. You know, like the group of five needs a lift right now. They're not getting what they need to make revenue that's fair without being forced into the playoff. Like it's about revenue at the end of the day, and they're putting these teams in there as a chance to gain revenue and build their brand when they really don't have any business being there. So at the end of the day, I don't like the process for how they select the teams. I don't like the process for how they seed the teams. I would give anything to go back to the 14 playoff, or heck, I probably would go back to the BCS. But this is where we're at now, and it's still college football. It's still the same sport. We still get the same teams and the same kinds of players, coaches. So I'm going to enjoy it the same. And next year, I'm sure they'll change it again, and it'll still be just as fun like it
Surely,
was
just
this year.
please remove the auto bids. Some of these conferences just need to look in the mirror and just realize that they're just not as good as like the SEC or the Big Ten
It's true.
to get an auto bid. Like it's stupid.
Yeah, I'm just glad we don't have what happened last year. I mean, this is still not great, but last year was it was just weird. Like if we had had the same structure from last year this year, I would love to know what the seating would have been. We'll have to talk about
I
that maybe
think
next year.
Tulane would have been the 4 seed and got a bye.
That's so bad, dude. Like imagine being Ole Miss and knowing that you're 11-1, you beat Tulane by 35 points already in the season, and they're ranked all the way at the top of the bracket with a bye, and you're gonna have to go play an away game against an SEC team or something. Like I would crash out. That'd be terrible. So glad that that didn't happen.